Hello 2K fans, it's Loshbomb here, and I have a farming tutorial video. I believe my video is slightly better than some of the ones that exist because I actually explain in detail how to set up your farms, and I also want to clear up some confusion. A lot of people on the forums I've read lately haven't been able to get their farming set up properly, or they didn't even think it existed this year. Well, I'm here to tell you it exists. It's very similar to last year's, and I'm going to show you the best way to do it. Now, to show you my example game, I've already made all of my other saves. I'm going to set a 1-minute game. A lot of misconceptions. It doesn't matter if you're on rookie mode or not. It doesn't matter what the game speed is. All of that stuff is not important. Also, it doesn't matter which teams you pick. You can pick the Spurs versus the Heat for all of your farms, and nothing as bad is going to happen. You're still going to get your VC. I'll just pick a couple of random teams here. The reason why I pick different teams is because a lot of times I forget which save I'm on, and if I have different teams for each save, seeing those different teams kind of helps me recognize, okay, this is the 1-minute save game because I've got the Russian team versus the Wizards. So I've got the capital of Russia versus the capital of the free world. See who wins this one. Next thing that a lot of people don't understand is you don't need to play the game. A lot of people think that you need to go play a 12-minute game and then save it. I'm here to tell you you don't, and I'm going to show you that coming up right now. So coach mode isn't in the game this year, but something else is, and what we'll do is choose a side, and I'm undecided. I'm just going to put my controller in the middle. In fact, it doesn't even matter who wins this game. Obviously, if you know me, you'll know that I'm a Wizards fan, so I'm going to be cheering for them, but this game is on autopilot right now. It's just doing its thing. And if I was doing a 12-minute game, which takes probably about 55 minutes to 60 to complete, I could just go and now watch this play. See Bradley Beal come off that screen. I wanted to show you guys that, even though that's CPU playing. I think screens are going to be big this year. Well, now we're going to fast forward. There's 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and I got the ball back. It doesn't really matter who wins this game. I'll be honest with you. You could start out selecting the Wizards, and then if the Russian team happen to take over and do better, you just select your controller over them. It doesn't really matter. But with about 20 seconds left, pick the team that is winning, and then play the last 20 seconds of the game. I think you can do that. So they'll drain a 3 here, and because it's a tight game, we're going to get into a free throw shooting contest. But that's okay. The thing you got to realize is a lot of the longer games you're going to get into are going to have much larger differences in the scoring. So I'm just going to finish this game out. Once again, it doesn't matter who wins the game. Alright, sorry, I got to put some batteries in my controller right now. It doesn't matter who wins the game because I can just as easily, and I've done this before, switch over to the Russian team at the end of the game because they're winning. I'll just swap my controller over there. But here is where you make the biggest difference in why, if you're still watching this video, why it's so important to follow my method. What you want to do is get this game saved where the team that you're not controlling, i.e. the opponent, has the ball with about a second or two left. And those seconds are precious because we got 0.7 seconds left. This is important. So here's my technique for that. I'm just going to call a timeout. And what that allows me to do, I don't want to inbound the ball on the other side of the court. I want to inbound it at the half court. And then I'm not going to inbound it. I'm just going to get the 5-second penalty there. The Russians are going to get the ball, and then they're going to have to inbound the ball with 0.7 seconds left. And it's pretty much a done deal that they're not going to win with 0.7 seconds left unless they shoot some miracle half-court shot. And what is John Wall doing off to the side there? So you'll see I get the 5-second violation. Now here's where I got to do, and this is where you got to be very, keep your head in the game there. You got to go and save the game. Now, there's a method to doing this. You want to save it with a good title. As you can see there, I've got all my saves in a very methodical way of naming them. So I'm going to save this one as a 0-1 min for minute, and then I'll know forever that this is my 1-minute save. And this is important if you haven't done this before because you want to know exactly which game you're loading up in. And I also did them in order. You can see I go from 12 all the way to 6 there at the top. So I save the game. Now I go back to the home menu. Now it's time to load it up. Remember, when I save the game, there was 0.7 seconds left. It's important that you save the game after a change of possession, because let's say I had the ball for I was running out a 24-second clock and I saved it with 0.7 seconds left. When you save that game, it reverts back to the last change of possession. So if I had gotten the ball 24 seconds left, now all of a sudden we go back to 24 seconds. And that's important. I'll get to that in a second. So you can see with 0.7 seconds left, they inbound the ball and they chuck the ball up. Why is it important for the other team to have the ball? Well, if you're a guy like me that likes to farm but not pay too much attention with what's going on, if you have the ball and you have to inbound it and you're not paying attention, guess what? You have a 5-second violation. Then somebody calls a timeout. Then players come in. All of those seconds adds up. And if you're doing farming hundreds, maybe even 1,000 times over the course of this game, which is going to be out for another year, you're going to add a lot of time onto your schedule if you keep adding all these seconds. So you can see, I'm going to show you another one of my farming things. You can see I only get like 50 VC or something for that 1 minute save, but looking at this farming save, I got 6-minute quarters. They'll inbound it with 2 seconds left, chuck up a Hail Mary pass, same thing. I don't have to hit any buttons. All I have to do is just keep hitting A, and that's pretty simple. As long as you end the game with them inbounding the ball somewhere with like a second or two left, it's going to be pretty much mindless, and you're going to save yourself a ton of time. So let's look at the next one, the 7-minute save. And while I'm a big fan of farming, I don't like to spend a lot of time doing that. That's why it's so important to get these in and out as quickly as possible with 2 seconds left. Another way you can create a turnover is if you got a big lead, you can just create a backcourt violation with 2 seconds left. That's typically how I've been able to give the other team the ball. But you'll see here the game ends once again, and I'm going to get the VC. There's no need to go to blacktop mode this year. If you look in the lower right-hand corner at my VC counter, it just ticks up automatically. So as long as you're just going from save to save, that's fine. Now the key is you want to start out with a 12-minute save and work your way up. I go all the way to about a 5-minute save. It's up to you how you want to do it. But you'll see with all of these saves, I just run right down the list. And you got to wait 24 minutes between a 12-minute save, which gives you 600 VC. 22 minutes between an 11-minute save, which gives you 550, and such down the line. So thanks for watching my video, and happy farming, everyone.